up, y'all? I'm back with my new episode, Teen Mom. I'm 43 years old and I was a teen mom of two children. I can remember it like it was yesterday, although it was over 28 years ago when I first became a teen mom. I was 14 years old when I got pregnant with my son. He was born January 30th, 1994. I was in the ninth grade, on my way to the 10th grade. I remember it like it was yesterday. Being a teen was hard, which it is with most teens. You know, all of us done been through it. All of us done been teenagers before. A lot of us are raising teenagers. So we definitely understand, what these kids are going through. Me, personally, I was going through a lot. I was battling with so many different things inside of me, things that were happening in my life, things that were happening at home, things that were happening, at school. Like I just was, I wasn't a troubled child, but I just had a lot going on internally. And, I was fun. I wanted to have fun. That's just who I am. And me back then at that age, 13 years old, I wanted to be grown. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to be grown. Once I got to high school, ninth grade, you couldn't tell me nothing. Which is what happens to most ninth graders and most kids when they hit high school and they're around and amongst others older. You know what I'm saying? So it was a big shock to me. Like I felt amazing. Like going to high school. I was pressed. And like for a little bit of the time when I first started, ninth grade, I hung out with people my own age, but then I started to gravitate towards older people, seniors, hanging with people in the 12th grade, people who was on their way out of high school, ready for college and in the real world. I was in the ninth grade hanging with them, being around them, wanting to be in their circle, wanting to be, wanting to go where they went, wanting to do what the big grown up kids did. I was mature for my age mentally. Boys, all of those things weren't really, too much on my mind. I just wanted to be cute, look cute, hang out with the older kids, you know what I'm saying? And be grown, even though I wasn't grown. And I definitely didn't have all the answers. And I definitely didn't know much of nothing. It was just a facade, that, I was playing, praying on and, just the way I wanted to be so young. I grew up with older siblings and stuff. So, I always wanted to be like them, being the baby, being the youngest of five. I always wanted to be like my brothers and sisters and do what they did and, be like them. So, once I hit ninth grade, I thought I was grown, you know, teenager. I was a teen. And this story, is for another, it's for my book. So I'm not going to go too far deep into it, giving you all just a little bit of it because I am going to write a book, a biography about myself and an autobiography about myself. And I want to, give all those details. And I don't want to give them all right now over here, but I'm just going to share a little bit, being pregnant was scary. When I got pregnant, I didn't know what the heck was going on. I learned about sex in middle school, Andrew Jackson. Like we took sex education. So I knew about periods and cycles and stuff. I started my cycle at 12 years old. So, I knew about those things. And I learned in school that, if you miss a cycle, then, you could be pregnant if you're having sex. And so when my cycle didn't come, I never said anything. Like I didn't even tell my mom, my sisters and brothers, anyone. I hid that. You know what I'm saying? I hid my pregnancy, which is something that a lot of teen moms do. They hide it. They're afraid. I was afraid. that my family would say I was too young and they wouldn't want me to keep my baby. So I hid my baby like my whole pregnancy, and mentally I was loving my baby, you know what I'm saying? And nurturing my baby, making sure I was eating the right things, doing the right things, not doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. But internally, I was crying inside because I couldn't tell anyone. I had to keep this a secret. I didn't want nobody to take my baby. Like that Tupac song, Brenda Got a Baby, like that was me, for real. I tell my husband this all the time. I was Brenda. I definitely was Brenda. That's for sure. I was Brenda. When that song came out back then, I was her. Like, I was going through the exact same things. I love my baby and I don't want nobody to take my baby. So I'm not going to tell them. And granted, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knew. It was a secret that I kept. I'm sure people I went to school with knew, but then even I lied. You know what I'm saying? Children will lie. Teens will lie about what's going on in their lives. And it's up to parents to dig deep, to get close, to, you know what I'm saying, bond with your child so that they won't need to lie or lie to you about anything or hide anything from you. Which is why, you know what I'm saying? I love my son for that, even though I lied and hid and all those things to my mom. My mom was the best mother ever to me. And I would give anything to, you know what I'm saying, change my decisions back then, but I can't. And, not taking nothing from my mother. My mother was there. My mother was an amazing mother. I just didn't want anybody to tell me that I couldn't keep my baby. And I was too young. So my parents could have took my child or made me get rid of my baby. And I just was like, if I hide it and I hold it for so long, they won't be able to. They'll love him or her. And it wasn't smart. It wasn't smart. It wasn't a smart thing to do then, but I felt it was necessary to save my child. And, I hid my baby, and I hid my baby all the way up until he was delivered and born. Well, not, at least 2 weeks before he was born, I told my mom and my sister and my family, that I was pregnant. They couldn't believe it. It was the shock of the century. I promise you, everybody at school, my family, literally, everybody was completely shocked. But the amazing thing about that situation is that my whole family, and that's my whole family. That's my mom, my dad's side, my stepdad's side, my sisters, my cousins, I literally, whole family, even people from school helped me with my baby. Once they realized and they knew what was going on, like my baby had everything. Literally, when he came home. When he came home from the hospital, everybody put all that to the side of what happened and focused on what was going on at that moment. This baby needs this, he needs that, he needs this, he needs this, that, and the third. And when I came home from the hospital with Pierre in 1994 in January, it was Super Bowl. It was the Cowboys and the Redskins Super Bowl. I walked into that house and the whole house was covered in gifts and just everything. Like, oh my God, Pierre had everything. And I was finally able to tell my story and explain to my family, why I did this and, my reasons for it and everything. And they put that behind them. They weren't even worried about that anymore. It's a baby here. We have to take care of this child. You're still a child. We have to help you. We have to love him no matter what happened or how it happened. He's here. He's alive. Let's do what's right. We need to take care of this child, help you take care of him, help you raise him. You know what I'm saying? Until you can do it on your own. And I thank my family. Like, real talk. Like, a lot of young teen moms don't have family. Definitely don't have their mothers, or fathers in their lives that's encouraging them and helping them finish school. You still got your whole life ahead of you. Don't let having a baby, stop your process of going to school, getting your diploma, college, whatever it is you decide to do once you finish high school. Continue. You know what I'm saying? Stay on this path, and we're going to help you. And I thank my family from the bottom of my heart, and I cannot wait till I can, I know that I do things for my family, but like my family have really, really, really been super helpful, super amazing. Oh my God, super supportive through this entire 28 years. And I thank them and I love them. And it is no amount of money or anything that I could ever give them to show them, how appreciative I am of them, because the way, and I'm sorry if I'm crying, y'all, I'm sorry, but this is a touching subject for me, and I'm trying to be as transparent as I can be. But my family has been on board from day one with both my children. And, a year after Pierre was born, I was pregnant again with my daughter, Janae. And I was a mother of 2 children, still in high school, 16 with 2 kids, almost 17, and it was tough. And again, the second time around, my family was there. Like, they never turned their back on me. They stood behind me and my decisions, and they helped me. Yes, they talked to me and they explained to me the importance of children and having children and being married, and doing these things the right way. It's unfortunate that, it's happening like this, but these babies didn't ask to be here. We're going to love them regardless, and we're going to be here for you. And oh God, I don't even know what I would do without my family. But like, this story and this message, goes out to young girls, who don't have family and help in the support system. Like, I know, how hard it is for you day to day. This could be a grown woman or a teen, but we talking about teen moms today, because teens, their knowledge, they're not that knowledgeable about life because they're so young. So they're very vulnerable and it's just very hard. And I can understand a young teen's mindset on why they would have hit it or did what they did, because I was there. I was in those shoes, and it was very hard. It was very hard, and I thank God for, getting me through it, keeping me strong, keeping me, guided, listening, and using all the things that I learned from school, from sitting in groups with adults on how to keep my baby safe inside of me and everything, because Pierre was healthy. And I thank God, because I didn't have no prenatal care. Like, I didn't even go to the doctor the entire 9 months. My baby was inside of me, and I made sure that I did everything I could to protect my baby so that he would come out and be healthy. And it was God's grace that, Pierre and Janae was born, with no issues, no complications. Although my daughter, was born with sickle cell, and, she's no longer here with us now. I still, remember all of the thoughts that went through my mind carrying both children as a teen. Like, it was very hard trying to be, when I was thinking I want to be grown, I'm grown, I want to be grown. That definitely went out the window when those children, into my life, because I knew then that I wasn't grown and I was still a child and I didn't know a lot of things. And, I just thank God for my family. So if there's any teen out here that hears this story, and you're in that situation and you're going through it, reach out to me. If you don't have family or friends or any type of support system and you're going through anything as a teen, because being a teenage mom is like so hard, especially if you're doing it by yourself. No father, no family, no nothing. Like, that's hard as ever. So if there's any teens that's listening to this, that's that's in that situation, reach out to me, please. All my information is in the description box when this video ends, and you can contact me. However, reach out to me if you need somebody to talk to, because I didn't have anybody to talk to. That was the thing. Like, I was dealing with all of that on my own. The second time around, I wasn't, because I didn't have my daughter. Like, I tried, but my daughter's father wasn't having it. He told my family that I was pregnant. So they knew at least 2-3 months I was pregnant. They knew. But with my first child, my son, I hid that. So I can definitely, understand where young girls are coming from. But just know that, you have somebody to call and to talk to, and I won't judge you or anything, because I've been in your shoes. I'm here for y'all. And parents, if you have teen daughters who, I watch Maury a lot, and I see those young girls be wanting to be moms. They be 12 years old wanting to be a mom. Like, wow, so young. But, if you know somebody that's going through this, who doesn't have a support system, I'm always willing to talk to people and uplift and, push people to be their greatest selves. And, this topic meant a lot to me. And, just know that, even though, I went through all of that, and, I love my children. Like, I love both of my children to death. And, I wouldn't, as a grown woman now, 43, looking back, would I change it? Would I do things differently? And I'm going to say no, I wouldn't, because we wouldn't be who we are today. And I'm thankful. And I'm grateful. And I hope this message reaches someone. And I thank you all for tuning in to Genuine Conversations with Miss Valerie. Peace.